When I think of Thanksgiving, I think of family. It's one of my favorite seasons. I happen to love the fall. I love the changing of the colors. I feel like God's working His artistry across the landscape, and I couldn't be happier doing this holiday in this room. When I first saw the space and I knew there was dark paneling and not a lot of natural light, I decided I needed to go light. The problem with Thanksgiving is most people think of candy corn colors, like orange and yellow, red, and I didn't want to really incorporate too much of that in this room because it would just make the room darker. So I found inspiration in a stark fabric. It's a beautiful silk, and basically took the blues and grays and cool colors and then added the warmth with the cranberries and the wheat colors. I didn't want it to be typical Thanksgiving. I didn't want to see any turkeys. I came across these great plates from Mataheta, and they have pheasants. And I thought, well, that's a different spin on Thanksgiving. And then used that idea to incorporate feathers. And when I found these great lampshades, they have pheasant feathers, I thought, great, I'm going to incorporate feathers into my design scheme. And I even put them in my napkins, and that's something anyone can do. Another element that people can use and do in their own home is, instead of having your typical birch logs in the fireplace, why not make your fireplace a little bit of an autumnal landscape as well? And in this room, I used cattails and wheat. Usually when people think of Thanksgiving, they usually have one long rectangular table, and what I find is the conversation ends up being limited to the person who you're sitting across from. So in my design this year, I decided to break it up a bit and have two smaller tables where most people around the table can talk to each other and engage in conversation, and it makes it a much more intimate setting. My hope for people who come through the space is to feel that it's elegant but warm and inviting, and in my designs, whether they're traditional or modern, that's usually the type of feeling I try to do. I try to have people feel that they can actually live in the space. It's real. It's not something over the top. It's something that you'd want to be in.